Everything is different. Try not to dwell on it. These are some of the first words that Kratos says to his son Atreus in the opening moments of God of War. And while he's referring to the ever-changing Norse world of Midgar, the developers at Sony Santa Monica could just as easily have been speaking about the franchise itself. From the second you take control of Kratos in the game's opening moments, it's clear that this is a more thoughtful, tender take on a character who's never been much of either. The move to Midgar has brought with it a Kratos who's making an effort to be more patient, but struggles with keeping his anger beneath the surface. At multiple points in the opening hours of the game, he reaches out a compassionate hand towards his son, but then hesitates. He's a father who truly cares, but doesn't know how to show it. Mechanically, God of War feels much more modern than its predecessors, opting for a minimal HUD instead of flashing combo numbers on screen, and combat that's more reminiscent of Dark Souls than old God of War. Early battles seamlessly teach you the value of being aggressive, using your shield to parry, and strategically prioritizing targets, none of which feels anything like what's come before. And yet in close quarters, there are still shades of that same Kratos. When you finally lower your shield and find the right window to attack, you can chain together combos of heavy and light blows, even without numbers and glowing orbs surrounding you on screen. Those skills can be further customized with a robust skill tree that lets you upgrade Kratos' stats and infuse his Leviathan axe with various runics, plus the ability to purchase armor that changes Kratos' appearance and can be further upgraded later. This is a Kratos who feels more well-defined than ever in the story, but more fluid and customizable than ever in gameplay. As important as Kratos is, the clear center of the story here is Atreus, who motivates most of Kratos' changes and is a pitch-perfect foil to his angry father.
Father, will we see others on the road?
Yes.
Friendly?
No.
In our time with the game, we saw Atreus go from petulant to sullen to paralyzed with fear, and even in just a few hours, he's incredibly endearing. Kratos will do anything to protect him, and as the player, it's hard not to feel the same way.
No! You are not ready!
Atreus can perform actions in combat or during exploration, such as shooting arrows at enemies to distract them, or climbing up to higher ground and tossing down ropes for Kratos to climb. He learned various languages from his mother, and will often stop to translate runes. These moments make him feel intelligent and useful rather than a burden to escort.
They don't see us. Should I fire?
Wait for my mark.
Atreus' skills and armor can be upgraded just like Kratos, and he's an incredibly useful asset for taking on certain enemies that you can't simply charge at with your axe. As you explore, his childlike curiosity and innocence make for an excellent window into a world that feels like danger could be lurking around any corner.
More Draugr. But these aren't moving. Are they dead?
But perhaps the most impressive thing about God of War is the fact that the entire journey through Midgar unfolds in a single, unbroken shot. There are no cutscenes, no load screens, no camera cuts, no fades to black. I can't really think of another game of this scope that utilizes this cinematic technique, but it's an incredible feat. The unwavering immediacy in which we spend our time with Kratos adds even more depth to the god, and in turn, his relationship with his son. Everything is different with God of War this time around, but playing through the opening 2.5 hours has solidified the fact that different is exactly what this series has needed. For more on God of War, check out this special episode of Beyond where we dive even deeper into our time with the game.
Can you kill something that big?